Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well, and this video is a really cool video. I spent a bit of time putting together some stats, some math and some information when it comes to should you grow a 4-star or 3-star roster in order to make sure the Summoner Trials is a much more easier time grind event for you. As a lot of us know by now that today is going to be the proper day when the Summoner Trials arena drops, and the, again, importance of trying to get all those milestones hammered out in the most time-effective manner possible. And that's going to be the big focal point of this video, and as well building a 4-star and the importance, the more critical importance of the 3 stars and how they play a difference in getting you to the point of 4.4 mil, which still is a lot, by the way, but we need to get that. We need those units for you guys. So let's begin with having a look at my situation before trying to get a perspective of everyone else's situation. So from a points acquisition standpoint, I have got 40 rank 550 4 stars, so the max 4 stars. Do I think that 40 is just something you should aim for? Not necessarily, because there are other ways around this. It gives me on average 10,500 points per champion when at times 3. If I win, there's 44 stars at 550 will equal 420,000 points per refresh cycle if I choose indeed to do that. And if for whatever reason they're boosted, whether or not they got times 3s or times 1.5 or whatever, type 2.5 I think is the one for 4 stars, then indeed that could give me upwards of 706,000 points per refresh. But obviously those are speculative because you just don't know when it comes to acquisition of boost. They do, as I said, play a huge factor into things. Even creating a scenario that you add 60 or have 65 50s, it does indeed kind of like bump things there, and it does feel like there's an extensive grind in order to do this. It could be between 5 to 7, upwards of 10 hours grind depending on what you're doing and how you're rotating around. So it's not incredibly efficient for me, so I need to think more carefully. And even in a recent live stream on Sunday, I was acquiring some information, some stats for this video, and it was a case I did like an hour 15, a bit of boosted, and only managed to get myself up to like 700k by doing this. So it wasn't, again, didn't feel like completely better on my time grind because I don't think I was doing it as efficiently. That's why I've created these stats on this particular video. Here's where things really kind of like change when it comes to 3 stars. They become a very crucial thing for the acquisition of points, but integrating themselves into your match of 3 with 4 stars. So firstly, the cost of 3 stars is a little bit less than it is 4 stars. Also, your tier 1 alpha will be invested in that, where you could be taking your tier 1 alpha and investing it into your 5 stars. So there's that kind of bridging gap there of going, look, do you have to do 4 stars? Especially where you got 3 stars that you could put up to 330 on the cheap, but still do more with arena boosts. And how that plays a massive factor is going to be seen in a second. Acquiring some of the stuff that you need can be done from the glory store, but again, do take it with a pinch of salt, because at the end of the day, this is your glory. This is very important stuff. But if you are left over with a certain amount and want to invest it into your tier 1 alpha going to your 5 stars and your lower stuff, so your 3 stars, then you can have, and the 4 stars be avoided, then you can focus on your 3 stars a little bit. Bit of a weird thing, I think, to get around people's thinking, but there are some great things on offer from doing side events, from doing the daily catalyst stuff in order to kind of acquire stuff through energy spend as opposed to everything else. So that is and could be your kind of like focal point. At the end of the day, like me, you want to see a bang for your buck, and especially if you're investing in your 3-star roster and to a degree 4-star roster if you choose, you want to see where the points really lie. And that's really the crucial thing, isn't it? So on screen now, Falcon, I've got down here, was using a 1.5 times 1.5 buff, boost even, and then we've got the Guillotine at 440, 4-star 440, no boost and 8,946. Archangel, which is my 550 4-star, that is 10,377. And again, the importance of this is going to be seen in a moment. Now, as I've always said, boosts play a massive factor into improving your experience in arena. You can get from doing arena upwards of 23 arena boosts every cycle of this goodness. So say like today, Monday, that you will get yourself 23 if you do all the milestones. Yes, you're not always able to achieve that, but at the same time it gives you perspective. And yeah, that perspective is right here. The idea of taking those 80 champions, and that's my scenario at the moment. I will be putting other scenarios in a second, but looking at the points acquisition if you have a lot of ×3 3-star boosts. And that's the thing, like these give out a massive amount of points and can see if you have at least 40 of those ×3s, and at times I am picking up, or I have had those. It's looking at 46,500. If you use a combination, this is what I'm talking about here, a combination of using 1 4-star at 550 and 2 3-stars at 440. So basically 1 4-star max and 2 3-star max with it. This gives you more of a longer time in the creation of the streak. So the longer your streak continues, it does mean the more kind of points that you're able to acquire in that. And that could see you in per refresh looking at 3.720 mil, so 3,720,000. And I know I know some people will be saying that's realistic, that's unrealistic, Rich. And it's like, I totally get you. That's why I have done a 1.5 version, so using the boost of 1.5, because, and the thing I'm going to come back to is, you can get 3-star boosts much more commonly than you can 4-star, and that is very important for the Trials Arena. So the 1.5 side of things, again taking 80 champions into consideration, you do the same process, except for it's more common that you will pick up 10,000 points each time. And that's the thing, if you're looking at a champion that is boosted, here with the ×3 is 18,000, and then on screen now is showcasing that 10,719. So again, let's put it down to 10,000 a time. So if that means that you're using that scenario of, again, 2 3-star max and 1 4-star max, you'll be getting yourself 30,500. Again, average, because points change, they vary between champions and stuff, so it's not always going to be 100% the case, but it's good to go with average and kind of see the worst and expect the best, or hope for the best. That's again based on 80 champions, and per refresh 2.4 mil. So it could mean that, again, per refresh, it will take 2 refreshes and it's done, rather than the 1.5, which would be with the 80 champions there scenario. I've also put together on screen, which you can see, a scenario of only having 20 4-stars at 550 and then 3-stars at 440, 30. So this is a 50 champion lot right here. Again, there will be kind of like overspill as to like, okay, well, that doesn't really apply to a team of 3 because, well, that's an odd when you're kind of referring to something that should be more of an even number. Those kind of things are those scenarios. So I do understand that there will be a bit of discrepancy, but it's difficult to pick every single person's scenario as to their roster, but at least it gives people perspective, and that's the thing that we want to do, is give people perspective of how many points is possible per refresh, which doing this scenario based on this and this the 1.5 boost, then you could see per refresh of 1.5 mil, which is still pretty impressive, and again would wrap up in 3 times that you would be doing it, 3 refreshes. So that could be, again, all these scenarios seem to be same day. It just depends on like how this works for players and their grind habits and time. But in a sitting, if you are indeed using the scenario of 2 3-stars at max and 1 4-star at max and integrating that team together, then you can take home something good with this. So this could be very fun and effective for players. Yeah, I guess that's really the kind of the point that I'm going to be having with this, is that the cost of ranking is a lot less. Arena boost acquisition is better for 3-stars than it is for 4-stars. And even, you know, with 5 stars, you know, when you're using the more rarer arena boost crystal, the greater one, it does mean that if you pick up the ×3, which is what we're working with here, and you can pick up some good stuff if you're doing the other arenas. So this is what I'm talking about. You're recycling stuff into this Summer Trials Arena, which, if you follow this, it will be incredibly effective for you on your time grind. So what are my top tips in order to grow a 3-star or 4-star roster? Because that's going to be the other thing as well. Like, I understand that people may not be too interested with the 3-star side of things. I get that, but I kind of feel that there's a big push nowadays in order to push them into this arena, and as well use those boosts because you get 3-star ones more commonly. So recycle and reuse. So if it's a 3 stars, I would say go into things like the side events, like this month, the rifts, do the lower difficulties, pick up that stuff, reinvest it in your grind. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Second thing to this is look towards your proving grounds. It's up to you whether or not you want to spend energy. The side event this month doesn't cost anything when it comes to energy spend. The positive is that tier 1 alphas are more available in things like side events nowadays, and Cabal have seen the narrative that, or the idea that players are lacking in them, so they need more of them. To a lesser degree, do the glory store, but do bear in mind your spend in the glory store has to be important to what you want to acquire and what you're trying to get. So it's a bit of an iffy one there. But here's the thing, your tier 1 alpha is going to be saved if you focus on your 3 stars. And the 4-star side of things feels like you're kind of taking too much into that, and you might want to kind of, as I said, focus on the 3 stars. And also don't rule out lower events, like lower monthly events. I like to do a auto fight through normal. It means that I'm able to get some units for my trouble, and I just think it's really good to pick up some stuff. Like you can pick up some tier 2 basic there. You can pick up a little bit of a catalyst. So there are some options there to kind of grab some stuff if you're thinking about grabbing, like, oh well, I don't want to do that, I want something like back for my troubles. Well, you grab some more units just by doing some auto fighting. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this spreadsheet. I kind of feel people may not be, but I'll put it into the arena results section of the Discord. If you're not familiar, I've got my own Discord, the RichTheMan Discord, which has loads of things like tips, tricks, and links to stuff that I'm working on. So check out that link in the description. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, whether or not people enjoyed it or not. I think this was actually really cool. I really enjoyed making it, to be honest, especially after a bit of a scuffy weekend, or kind of end to the weekend with a massive mistake I made in the Grandmaster Gauntlets. So it is what it is. It was what it was. Thanks very much for watching this video and supporting, and I'll see you all very soon for grinding this and testing out the theory later on or tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.